Hello, welcome to Zennial Finance. I am a younger millennial, older Gen Z, and I used to consistently post videos documenting my personal finance journey here on YouTube. If you have followed me or been subscribed for a while, first off, thank you. Really appreciate that. And secondly, you know I've been a bit MIA both here on my channel and over on my Instagram page for about the past, 6 or 8 months. I am sorry for that. I did lose a bit of motivation to keep up with my socials for a lot of this year. I did keep up with my budget and my personal finance journey, which I hope to kind of share with you guys a little bit in this video. But filming it all, editing it all, uploading it all, I kind of fell off of that. I don't want to commit or promise what my posting schedule will look like in 2023. I do hope to get some videos out to you, at least doing a recap of my 2021 year with my spending and my net worth growth and just everything like that. But I did want to film this video to kind of act as a catch-up since I've not done a budget with me since July of 2022. So this video, I will be budgeting out my last paycheck of 2022, which is what you can see up here in this Ready to Assign. And this is YNAB, stands for You Need a Budget. It is the budgeting software system that I've been using since February of 2019. And I'm just going to do a general maintenance in my YNAB account to make sure my budget is fully ready for 2023. So this might be a longer video with some rambling, some silent pauses, but I hope it's helpful to see someone's real life process for restarting their finances and tracking system for the new year. So the first thing I'm going to do is reconcile my accounts. I've already done this for all my on-budget accounts, so like my checking, savings, cash, my $1.20 in Venmo, which is very important to keep in the budget, and all my credit cards are reconciled. All of my transactions for the entire year are in there and confirmed. But I decided I would take you guys through updating my tracking account, so pretty much these are all of my assets. So let's do this, and you can kind of just see the process. So I have off to the side, you can't see it, but I do have my total value as of the last day of the year for these counts. So I'm going to go to my 401k. We're going to click up here for reconcile. Is my current account balance $51,000? Unfortunately, no. And I'm really upset about this because I was really excited to see my 401k go over $50,000. It is now $48,628.25 because it's been a rough month. December has been a rough month. And it's honestly been a rough year in the market if you have been paying attention. So I'm going to reconcile that, and then I'm just going to clean up this and say the payee is the market. And then I always just like to note if it's a loss, and if it is a loss, I do a little frowny face. If it's a gain, I get a little happy face. So just like that, my 401k is reconciled. So let's go down to my HSA, and this is the portion that I invest. So again, we're going to go reconcile. Nope. This is a smaller loss, but still painful. Okay, continue, create, the market, loss, $9. Oh wait, that was right. Oops, let me redo that, sorry. I don't need to do anything with the outflow or inflow because it automatically calculates that when you reconcile. Okay, so next for my Roth IRA, again, reconcile. No, I haven't added anything to this since July because that's when I max it out for the year. So all of these other ones you can just see are the market gains or losses. So my Roth, again, we're going down quite a bit. Okay, create. And sure you guys have seen something similar in your YNAB or however you track your net worth. All of these losses for the year. And then taxable brokerage. Okay, so I'm going to clear this. I did put one last inflow into this account on 12/29 because I really wanted to get this account over $10,000. You can see it had been pretty much, $8,000 for a while. So it is still over 10,000, barely, but it's over. So that's all that really matters. Continue, create adjustment. It's going to be the market, loss, save. My HSA, cash, and my Treasury Direct, those pretty much stay the same. I will update the balances of my kind of ancillary accounts. You can even see I have a little X emoji on this account, and this is my checking account tied to my business, so the annual finance. And I don't count this in my personal assets, but I do like to kind of just have it here at a glance, so you can see I have not updated it since, what is this, January 1st of 2022, because again, I don't really keep track of it for personal net worth or anything like that. So it's seen a bit of a decline, but that's fine because I actually gave myself a relatively big payment at the end of the year for all of my compensation from the business for the past few months. So I don't need to say that. I'll just say, actually, that's not the market. What am I doing? This would be outflow, I guess. Cash out. Yeah. We'll just say that. Doesn't really matter. And then the last thing we're going to update here is my Coinbase account. Again, this has not been updated since June of 2022. I don't do a lot of investing in this anyway. I kind of don't really like crypto, but I was like, anything I put in here is just money I'm okay with losing, or if it goes off, it goes off. I've lost a lot of it. I did pick I started, you can see, in 2021, and I didn't even do that much. But I did kind of pick a bad year to start. So we'll save that. Okay, so just like that, all of my tracking accounts are reconciled. So I always try to reconcile my accounts before I really go into my budget or do anything. Next, let's look at the budget and cover any overspending I have. Oh wait, in the wrong month. In December. So I have one thing here for dining out, of course. But everything else should be covered. So we're going to cover that dining out spending with this paycheck. So you can see here, I have my last paycheck of 2022. This was a 3 paycheck month for me because I am paid bi-weekly. So it's also larger than normal. My normal paychecks are about $1,650, but I fully funded and fully maxed out my 401k, I think, with the first paycheck in December. So the last 2 paychecks of the year, nothing had to go out to my 401k, and that's like $700 or $800 a paycheck. So it's relatively a lot larger than I would normally take home, which was, I kind of like doing that. I like setting it up that between my normal contributions, and then sometimes I get like a mid-year bonus between those 2 things. It kind of maxes out my 401k just a little bit early, and then at the end of the year I kind of get a bigger paycheck. It's just a fun little self bonus in a way, even though it all evens out money wise. So we are going to really only put this in a couple of places. The first place we're going to put the majority of this is down here to my move out and future house fund. Now I do think I talked about this a bit in my last budget with me. You can see this little infinity symbol here. This is just where I've been putting a lot of my extra money. I don't have any concrete plans to move out as of yet. I do live at home with my mom, but I am saving up for, first off, just like moving out, getting an apartment or whatever, and then future house fund. Just because I do live at home, I can save so much money, even though I don't necessarily have concrete plans. I do need to think about, a couple years in the future, and I don't want to pass up on this opportunity where I can save so much money. So we're going to put $1,700 in there. And you can see my goal that I wanted, which I started in July of 2022, is I wanted $20,000 in here by December of 2022. And briefly, we're going to jump all the way back to January of 2022. You can see I had $5,200 in here. And that was what I kind of wanted originally. I just wanted $5,000 for the move out fund. And that would cover, I think I even have notes here, like, maybe the first month's rent, deposit, application fees, and extra a bit to my emergency fund, moving supplies, and movers, because I am not going to move all my furniture myself. I'm sorry, I'm paying for someone else to do that. Additional furniture, I might need, things like that. But then I kind of merged it around in July to say, well, let me just put as much extra money as I can spare in here, and everything that I don't need for just moving out to my own apartment where I'm renting, for a year or 2, that can then be used later on. So there's that. I want to put about $450 aside for, kind of whatever I want. And I think I'm just going to do this for I'll just create a new category under me, myself, and I. treat yourself 2023, and I'll just put $450 in there. Yay. And that kind of holds that money. Okay, there we go. Now I'm going to put $100 extra into donations. And $13.53. Okay, well first I'm going to cover this dining out. 21. And then with that 32 cents, I'm just going to come down here to my holding category. This is where I just dump my spare change or money I don't really know what I want to do with. Right there. So just like that, we've budgeted out my last paycheck in 2022. And I didn't do a lot of bills or anything because, well, obviously all my bills in December are covered for. And then if I look forward, I budget 1 month ahead, usually with like my normal amount of money I get paid with my first 2 paychecks of the year. So everything is covered in 2023 or for January of 2023. And then I'll use January of 2023's money for February of 2023 and so on and so forth. Okay, so that's my paycheck. The next thing I want to do is kind of move money around. I always kind of like to, at the end of every year, see where I have my money and move money between line items or budget items or saving items as I please. So the main thing that I've been thinking about for the past couple of months is seeing if I can get more money into this move out fund. Because you can see a lot of my money is spread out across several different savings items. Personally, that is how I like it. I need to have like a line item for every single thing I think can go wrong in my life because I am anxiety prone like that. But at the end of the year, I usually find places where I can take money out. So the first place that we're going to take money out of and then move it to this future house fund is, you can see I have $753.07 in this holding account. Again, this is where I put, random change. Sometimes I'll have like $10 or $15 left over from a budget and I don't really know where to put it. So I'll just put it in holding and then let that money pile up and then I get quite a bit. I don't think that's all of this was. I think I moved a lot of, bigger amounts of change into this line item, obviously to get $750, like you can see $55 there. I moved just things around. So I'm sure some of this was just leftover money, even back from my bonus in July, that probably like $200 or $300 that I was like, I don't really know what I want to do with this. Let me just move it into holding for now. If I find a better use for it, I'll move it then. So we're going to move $750 to the move out fund. Still leaves me $307, and that's fine. That can carry over to like next month or whatever. Then, and the goal is, I think I can get this line item to $24,000. Now, I'm not bringing in new money into my budget. That's all the money I've made in 2022. Like, I'm not going to randomly find more money to put in here, but I'm just moving it from other line items that I want to not deprioritize, or maybe I do deprioritize and I make this a bigger number one priority, just things like that. So the next one I'm going to move money from is actually this line item, the 2023 medical deductibles. So if you're new to my channel, this is a little bit strange, and even if you've been here for a while, I've been told that this is strange, but you can see I put $150 a month into this line item, and it's for next year's medical deductible. So you can see up here, my OOP max, that's my out-of-pocket max. My out-of-pocket max for my insurance is $4,500. My deductible is $1,800, and then the total out-of-pocket max, if I say, in network, is $4,500. So I already have that saved. But then, if you use it throughout the year, you're going to need to replace that money next year, right? Like, if you had a lot of medical expenses and you use all $4,500 during the year, well, the next year that's going to reset, and you're going to need to, have money ready for at least your deductible. So that's why in 2022, I put money aside for 2023's medical deductible. In 2023, I will be putting money aside for 2024's medical deductible. But you can see I didn't actually spend a lot on medical care this year, so I don't need to keep both $2,550 in next year's medical deductible and $4,500 in my out-of-pocket max. So I'm going to move $2,000 of this to my move out fund. So now I have, and I'm just going to delete this thing so it doesn't yell at me. So now I have $550 in here, and this is going to roll over to next year. So I have a little bit of a cushion, a little bit already saved up for 2024's medical deductible. And now that money is in a better, I think, place for it. Again, I didn't need all of that money in this account or in this category. So I hope that made sense. So now we're at $23,600. I want to find $400 more to move into this category just to get it at a relatively even $24,000. So I have $300 that I have left over from my brokerage line item. I'm going to move that to move out fund. And then I want to keep that $183 in my dental category. But I didn't spend nearly as much as I thought I was going to spend on gifts this year. So we'll move $100 from gifts to move out. And then, just like that, this is now at $24,000, which is $4,000 more than my savings target. Again, keep in mind, I didn't bring in $4,000 more than I thought I would be able to make. I just rearranged the money that I already had in other savings account items and prioritized this one a bit more. So it says I've assigned $7,200 here. But if we look at this, a lot of this was just moving money that I already had in other budget items into this one. Okay. So for the most part, I think that's all I need to do in my, with my accounts. I'm going to let all these subscriptions roll over. There's my credit card payments that obviously needs to roll over. My savings. I've got this 1870 here, like, I probably won't use it, but I guess that's fine. That can roll over for events and holidays. Dental, I want to roll over. Random acts of kindness, I've got 1860. So, that's fine. I have about $45 extra in monthly subscriptions, so I don't think I need that to roll over. So let's move that to holding. All right, so then let's see, how much do I have in holding now? I have 49. I'm so close to having 50. So 49.64. I need 36 more cents to have $50. And then I can like put that $50 somewhere. Honestly, probably my dental vision category. So let's just move the 36 cents from here to holding. And then I'll move this to dental vision. There, 233 there. That's good enough. Okay. So that's all I need to move out there. So the last step is I'm going to jump forward into 2023. Again, there's already some money budgeted here because I did that with my first couple of paychecks in December. And I'm just going to make sure that all of my categories and my goals are correct for how I want to, budget for 2023. So my mom, I just under $550 a month. Like I said, I live with her. So this covers my phone insurance, my car, no, not my phone insurance, my phone bill, my car insurance, and groceries and other household items for the home. Project net neutral, this is now going to be $15. So let me take out this $10.25. Monthly subscriptions. I don't know why I thought I was going to be spending $61. I did move some of the subscriptions I had on my personal plan to my business account. So maybe I was doing that. I don't know what I was thinking. I think I really only need $35 a month for this. And then let me update this line item here. I'll keep the $61.28 that I already budgeted in there for now, just to make sure that I don't have another monthly subscription that I'm subscribed to that I'm currently forgetting about. But whatever I don't use at the end of January, I'll move it, someplace else. So my living expenses, I am going to keep at $75. Quickly, I'm just going to go to my reports and come here to the average for 2022. You can see my living expenses, my monthly varied living, I only spend about $30 on average. However, there are several months that I do, spend around 80 to 60 to 80 bucks a month. So I like to have the $75 there. If I don't use it all, I just move it to a savings category. So that's covered. That's covered. Me, myself, and I. So I'm going to keep the $170 that I've like to try to spend in this category. Again, if we look at my reports and I go to me, myself, and I, and the average for the year, I've been spending about $244, which is not great. However, if you look at my main categories, dining out, entertainment and expenses, and then splurges, that is only about $120 on average. So the bigger thing is this clothing line item. I spend about $130 on average. And there were a couple of outliers there. You can see I had 2 months where I spent like $550, and those were both for trips. Like this was in April, or in May, I was going to a trip for my 25th birthday. And also it was my 25th birthday, so I bought myself some nice clothing. And then in June and July, I went to a trip up north to the Pacific Northwest in Canada, and I needed to get actual like supplies for that. So, I didn't do great. But if I don't include the clothing, like dining out, entertainment, and experiences, I spent $120. And last year in clothing, I probably spent like a total of $700 for the entire year. So 2022, I feel like is a bit of an outlier. And also a lot of the time with my clothing expenses, I use that money from like Wish Farm items or extra money. So I'll probably spend some of this $450 on clothing line items, in which case I would be pulling that money from a separate from this $170. So I'm going to try to stick with $170, and that is mainly to cover dining out, entertainment, and like, random shopping or beauty experiences. But clothing, I need to rein it in a little bit, but I'm gonna try to stick with that. So for giving, I'm gonna stick with $75. $85 for gifts, and then family giving is also gonna stick at $25. Random acts of kindness, I just kind of put money in there whenever I can, whenever I feel like it. I don't have any money set for my health category. I don't have any therapy appointments scheduled. And then this medical line item, if I do go to any doctor's appointments, I put the charge under this line, and then I just cover it with my out-of-pocket max. Okay, and then I'll probably put more money into dental and vision on a, case-by-case basis. I won't have a set amount that I'm going to put towards that every single month. So for my Roth IRA, I do need to update this. I believe, and I might need to double check, but I believe the limit for the Roth IRA is now $6,500 for 2023. So go all the way to December of 2023. Needed for spending. And then let me just go here. Let me delete this goal here, actually, in December. And then in January, create the goal. 6,500. This says I need $541 a month. I'm going to do an even $550 a month. So I'll just put that note there. I don't have any set amounts that I put towards my brokerage, crypto, or bonds. So then I don't think I'm going to continue to put money into my car ownership or electronics category. I might with my electronics because I'm still only about like $340, but I have, $575 set aside for basic car expenses. And then I have $6,000 in an emergency fund, and then I have $4,000 set aside for like a down payment when I do need to replace my car. So I don't think I need to do more on this. So starting in February, I'm going to delete this goal. And I'll keep the electronics. I think I will continue to put $15 in there. Okay. Now for my savings items, these first 3 are good to go. They're all fully funded. I have $6,000 in cash in my general emergency fund, and then I have $2,000 in bonds. So that in total gives me $8,000. My out-of-pocket max is at $4,500. Car replacement, again, this is for like a down payment, $4,000. Travel and trips, I am going to stick to the $150 a month. Next year's medical deductible. So I've already talked about this. Hopefully I've explained it well enough. We're going to make this 2024. And instead of 150, I'm going to do 125. Like I said, I already have 550 in there. So shouldn't need too much. Do monthly savings, save. And then finally, for my move out in future fund, I am sure that I can put at least $1,300 a month towards this. However, my overall goal is again to put another $20,000 on this by December of 2023. But that's only if I don't move out prior to that. If I move out midway through 2023, then I won't be able to put all, because pretty much I'm acting as this is my rent. Like $1,300, that's how much I would be paying in rent, and I'm putting this towards my savings item. So if I do move out, which again, I don't have like concrete plans on that. I've been thinking about it. I've also been thinking about staying for the entire 2023 and then moving out in 2024, at which point I would have about $40,000 already saved for like a down payment, which I probably wouldn't buy in 2024, but I could continue to save through 2024 and 2025 and then maybe do something like that. I don't know. So I don't know if I should make my savings target $20,000 or just $1,300 a month. So let's delete this. And then, yeah, let's try for another 20,000 by December of 2023. We'll see. That might change. It's fine if these targets change. So you can see I need to put about $1,600 a month to reach that. I only know for certain I can do about $1,300. So where the rest of that money is going to come from, I don't know. Alrighty. But everything else looks good. All right, I've got this 1025 that I took out. Let's put $2 in here so that that's at an even, I guess, even-ish to 35. Then we can go to giving. Put what, 140 in here. It's $20. And then we can do another 5 to get us to 25. That leaves us 185. Let's see if we can get this. All right, how much do I need to get this to 340? That would be 34. Oh, so close. Another 10. And then here, I need, let's just see what, if I put 141 in there, $19.75. That's pretty close to 20 bucks. All right, so now everything is budgeted for. Ready to assign is at 0, and my 2023 budget is relatively set up. Okay, so I think that's going to be it for this video. I showed you a little bit, of my spending for 2022, but I think I'm going to do a separate video going over my total spend for the year and the categories where, that was my problem childs, places I did good. I'll also do a separate video for my total net worth growth for 2022. So hopefully post those in the first couple days of 2023. Like I said, if you've been following my channel for a while, I know I've been MIA. Thank you all so much who's reached out on Instagram or left comments here. I know I haven't been responding. I do see them, and then I just lose motivation to respond. I've been taking a break from social media a lot, so I found that helpful for my mental health, but I know I've kind of been gone with the wind, so I apologize, but I thank you all so much for watching this video. I hope y'all are staying safe and healthy, and that you have a good year, and that 2023 is your best year yet.